Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to play Ramen Fury on this free client called Cockatrice. In this video, I'm going to show you how to download Cockatrice, set it up with the Ramen Fury custom cards, and how to set up your game so that you can play free online games of Ramen Fury with your friends. If you're not sure how to play Ramen Fury, check out my other video and I'll show you a brief demonstration on how to play in the background as I describe the different rules. However, if you do already know how to play, then just keep watching and I'll show you what to do. So the first thing you want to do is to open up cockatrice.github.io. If you just search up Cockatrice on Google or your favorite search engine, then you'll see that this will be the first result. And to download, all you have to do is just click one of these links down here, and it's pretty fast. It's a pretty simple program, pretty simple client. And once that's done, all you have to do is go ahead and open it up. And something to note is what you want to do in advance is join our Discord. That's going to be linked in the description below. And in Files and Tutorials, I'm going to have this video linked, and you can go ahead and download the .cod file and the .xml file, and these will be important later. So once you have Cockatrice opened up for the first time, this list will be empty. Something to note about Cockatrice is it's originally built for Magic the Gathering. So if you want to learn how to play Magic the Gathering on Cockatrice, just check out my other video, and I'll explain the additional steps you need to take in order to optimize it for Magic. But for Ramen Fury, all you have to do is go up to the top here to Card Database, and you can add custom sets/cards. And all you have to do is find this XML file and just load it in. And as soon as you hit OK, and then you'll get a second prompt asking if you want to enable the set, and you just click OK. Then you should be able to find any card from Ramen Fury. So I'll give you an example. We'll say, how about Chashu? And there you have it. And you'll see that the image is here. The description doesn't have anything because it's just the card image, but that's all right. So once that's done, then you can go ahead and load up the deck. And if you're playing with multiple people, everyone can load up the deck, but only one player needs to. And so to do that, all you have to do is Command or Control O to open up this deck that you've downloaded. And you should have all the cards. So it's originally a 90 card or an 89 card deck with one noodle bowl. And once that's done, all you have to do is make sure it's saved with Control or Command S, and then you can get started. So to connect to the server on Cockatrice, all you have to do is go up here to Actions, and you can connect, which is also Command or Control L. And here, this is my login, but you just have to create your own login for Rooster Ranges. And I believe it only asks for a username and password. So if you really want to, it could be anything. And if you ever forget and somehow this is no longer autofilled, it's super easy just to make another login. So make sure it's in Rooster Ranges, which is the default, and you can connect. And soon you'll have all these different bars up here. And the one you're concerned about is this one that says Magic. And so you'll see all these different people playing Magic online. And again, this is totally free, so if you're interested, I would highly recommend. So what you want to do is you want to go over to the Create button, or if someone else has made a game, then you can join by clicking on it. And so you can create. And just so that we can get this started, I'm just going to have a game open for myself. You can set a password and control how spectators see your game. And so I'll say OK. And you'll see this blank screen. And you'll just go to Load Deck, and then load up this ramen deck. And again, this is the whole thing with the correct numbers. Something interesting to note is there are 6 of every ingredient and 6 of almost every flavor except for Fury flavor. There are 3 of those. 12 chili peppers and 8 nori garnishes. And so once everyone is in the room, you can all click Ready to Start. And once everyone has done that, then you'll see this screen. And depending on how many players you have, this screen will be split up into 3, 4, or 5. And the player with the deck will be the dealer. Something to note is if the other players haven't downloaded the deck, they'll need to save an empty deck because you need to load at least something in order to start the game. So if you go to here and you just have an empty deck, as long as you name it, you can save it as an empty deck. And something else to note is you have a chat box down here, which you can use to communicate with the room, but I would recommend that you use the Discord. And as more people join, we can set up different rooms. Just let me know if you have any suggestions in the comments. So once you are looking at the screen, there's a lot going on over here, and most of it won't matter for our purposes. Again, this is for Magic, so this stuff doesn't matter. Most of these don't matter. In these zones, again, like life total doesn't really matter. But anyway, for spoons, what we like to do is we like to just left click this twice and it will set it up to 2. And then as you use spoons, you can right click to go back to 0. And to set up the game with the bowls, all you have to do is right click this deck or library here. Click View Library, and then you'll see all these cards. You just have to click and drag Noodle Bowl over here. And you can right click Noodle Bowl and clone. You can just clone it again. And then clone it as many times as you need to in order to have 3 bowls per person. And so you can select multiple by just clicking and dragging a box. And then if I click clone again, then you'll get Noodle Bowls. And if I delete clones by dragging them over to this box, they'll simply just disappear. If I try to delete the original, then it will appear in the discard pile. And something to note is every time I take an action, I can see it in this chat box down here. It's very useful, especially if you're not paying attention to what's going on. It's really easy to see what's going on. So setting up the rest of the game, first you have to deal out hands. So again, you have to have one dealer and the rest of the people are just communicating their actions. So to draw the dealer's hand, all you have to do is just click and drag over to your hand, or you can double click and it'll go to your hand. But to give cards to other players without revealing them to everyone, all you have to do is hold Shift and then click and drag to the field. And this will put them face down, and as soon as they put them in their hands, then the cards will be revealed to only the player. And so I can put this back in the deck, and then I can right click and click Shuffle. I can also use Command Control S, and that will shuffle the deck. And what's really nice is that it will always be randomly shuffled because it's on a program instead of relying on your own manual shuffling, so that's pretty nice. And then to set up the pantry, all you have to do is just click and drag out 4 cards. And something to note is if I try to drag over multiple at the same time, they'll just stack. So in order to prevent that, you just have to drag them one at a time. Also, the board will resize as you move things over, so that it can be as big or little as you want. Now, when it comes to putting ingredients on top of bowls, all you have to do is just drag them over here, and I'll draw a couple more cards. And I cannot stack more than 3 cards, and that's why we go out to the right. And so I'd be able to eat this bowl for, what, 5 points? Not great. But if you know how to play, then you should know that I'm just putting these cards here as an example, and I'm not trying to play the game. And so once you're finished with your bowl and you want to eat it, all you have to do is right-click Noodle Bowl here, and then you'll create a token. Now I see 2 because of what we were trying to do with development, and if things end up right by the time you get to this game, you should only see 1. But when you left-click Empty Bowl, then you'll see this Empty Bowl token, and you can either drag it on top of the last ingredient, or you can put it over here, or you can replace it outright. It really doesn't matter, as long as all the players agree on how you want to format things. All right. So then if you want to discard cards, all you have to do is drag them over to this discard pile. And then I can replace these. Something to note, I'm not looking at multiple players here, but if I ever wanted to drag a chili pepper or a nori garnish onto another player's field, I can just do that. But if they want to draw a card from here and they aren't the dealer player, the dealer has to give the card because people only have control over their own boards when it comes to moving things around. I believe that's as far as setup goes. Once a turn is over, you can signal that it is over by clicking pass, and it should highlight the next player's field. It automatically goes clockwise, so it goes in the same order as normal. And once a player has lost, all you have to do is function F2, and that will, it says concede the game, but it's a way to signal that the game is over. There is no like lose button or a way for the program to automatically tell a player to lose. So once it's over, you can just click ready to start again, and you're all reset. And all I have to do again, right click the library, view library, bring out this noodle bowl, clone it a couple times, and then set up. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave questions in the comments of this video, or hop on over to the Discord channel and ask your questions there, and we'll do our best to help you out. We hope you have fun and enjoy this little import that we've created for Cockatrice.